champion, the reigning Auckland Darts Master champion, the back-to-back two-time champion of the world, jackpot, Adrian
Great atmosphere, great night of darts live from Aberdeen. Adrian Lewis against James Wade. Wayne Mardle, both these players looking to bounce back after defeats last week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got to say, James Wade, he kind of puzzles me. Some weeks he looks $1 million, other weeks he just looks slightly off the pace. You just don't know what he's going to do. You know he's going to play to a consistent level, but sometimes against the likes of Adrian Lewis, consistent is not good enough. What he's got to have to do is hit his doubles, because I think he's going to be comprehensively outscored this evening.
Adrian Lewis didn't disgrace himself last week against Michael van Gerwen.
Well, he actually broke and led 4-3, but didn't kick in that eighth leg when he should have, and Michael broke back, and that was it. It broke Adie's spirit somewhat. But I can see this being close, but I just think that the quality that Adrian possesses just might outgun James Wade.
Apparently Gary Anderson's playing.
It's incredible. We've mentioned there's only 4,000 here, whereas we're used to the 7s, 8s, 9s and 10s, but they're making hell of a racket.
Rod Harrington, Nigel Pearce, new commentators.
Thank you, Dave, and what a way to get us underway here in Aberdeen tonight. Two players who emerged at a similar time on the big stage a decade or so ago.
123.
Adrian Lewis, twice world champion, James Wade, many titles under his belt over the last decade or so. Which way will this one go? Current form in the Premier League, James Wade defeated by Peter Wright last week in the opening night game against Peter Wright in Dublin, the Three Arena, 7 days ago, the opening game of the night that was. Wadey going down to defeat, and Lewis, who actually in his 740 feet by Van Gerwen did miss a double at 4-5 down to level the match, ended up losing 7-4. Cracking way to start, Rod Harrington.
Yes, you're right, 4,000 people, although it's as noisy as Dublin last week where we had over 9,000. As you said, Nigel, this man James Wade, 3-1 up against Peter Wright, and should have closed out, should have kept it a bit tighter with some great darts from Peter Wright. But Adrian Lewis, as Wayne said as well, he's just got that extra bit of scoring power. And if he uses that and then takes the doubles out, you can see Adrian going on and perhaps nicking a close game. But this man, James Wade, one of the toughest players in the world of darts to beat.
So, Adrian Lewis to try and mop up the first leg pretty quickly. Needs tops here.
15.
And now the opportunity for Wade, although it is a big combination out here. Lewis, who lost top spot last week with that defeat, is going to be back for tops. He's already missed 2 at this now. Has to take this out with Wade on double 14. He's making hard work of this, isn't he? Well, double trouble. 5 missed shots at a double already for Adrian Lewis.
You can't see James Wade letting him off, and he doesn't. It's 5 missed darts for Adrian Lewis. And the way he scored in that first leg, I mean, you just didn't think he was going to miss the double. It was a formality, but it's the doubles that close the leg out. That's where the pressure is. And perhaps the pressure in the opening game here, opening leg. And now Lewis has been broken in his first leg, and now he's got to step it up. It's a short format night, so you don't want to go behind too early.
How many times do we see one break of throw costing a player? And Adrian knows he should have taken that out. Look at this for Wade. First 180 of the game, first 180 of the night in Aberdeen. Can we get a second? No problem.
Well, we normally say when one player starts hitting them, the other player's in the slipstream. Oh, and is this the hat-trick of 180s in the second leg? What a way to start the evening in the Granite City. Showing us some granite darts from both players. Is this 4? Oh, Aidy. You don't see that very often, Nigel. I can't believe he missed it.
Not a bad leg, this, is it? Tops for Wade for 2-0. It's not a bad marker for the machine. So it proved to be. James Wade romps into a 2-leg lead here.
A great leg from James Wade on the throw. We say when you break the opponent, hold on to your throw strongly. Doesn't get much better than that. 12-dart leg from Wade. And although Aidy scored absolutely brilliantly there, he never got down to the double.
92.
Now this leg ultra important for Lewis. He's got to win this. And that's a perfect dart for him. Surely he's going to find the trebles.
121.
Just the deflection there.
James Wade will face Dave Chisnall in Exeter next week,
85.
week 5 of the Premier League. And Adrian Lewis faces Phil Taylor in the first game of the night at the West Point Arena in Exeter next Thursday evening. Terrific crowd here. Although it is one of the smaller venues, the atmosphere is every bit as good as any other Premier League venue here in Aberdeen. They do love it here.
100.
Speaking to people around the town today, it's certainly one of the highlights of the calendar year when the Premier League darts comes into town.
130.
Well, a good last dart from Aidy gives him 2 clear darts at that double top. Now Aidy will be thinking, well, he's missed the double tops already. If I just put some pressure on.
95.
95, not really. He's put the pressure on. So Lewis, 2 clear darts at tops. Can he finally hit and find the double top? He does. He's still on 102 average. 2-1 down is Lewis. He won't panic. He's got the experience now, and he knows, Nige, that he's got this ability to just fire off legs at high scores like Van Gerwen. So at the moment, no need to panic for Lewis.
Yeah, still early days, but he'll have been happy and relieved that he finally hit the double there.
78.
Nice cover for treble 19 for Adrian Lewis. 2 wins to start the campaign for Adrian in the Premier League in Leeds and Newcastle.
45.
James Wade, who has played 4 games. Of course, we had the illness to Robert Thornton and Gary Anderson in the early stages. Some players had 2 games in one night. 2 wins, 2 defeats so far for this man.
And you've got to say that the win against Van Gerwen, not many people are going to grab that
100.
over this season. So that's 1 in the bag, and to get Van Gerwen out of the way early on in the league, that's a major plus for
57.
Wade. Well, he went 3-1 up against Peter Wright last week and then kind of went off the boil for 2 or 3 legs and let Wright back in. Can he hold on to this lead?
140.
Looking pretty good at the moment. Both players over the 100 average.
Yes, very much so. The point scoring has been good, and Lewis, look at him here, just looking to put a bit of pressure on. Right on cue, leaves 48. James Wade now under some pressure. Lovely first start with a treble. Double 8 now, the shot. Double 4 with Lewis waiting. Lewis is going to be back. Could we see a break of throw to level the match? Tops he needs now. Can he use that as a marker? Yes, he can! He's levelled it! 2 legs apiece. A 101.5 average for Lewis and a 102 for Wade. 4 180s in 4 legs, 2 apiece. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Well, that's 1 let off each. With Lewis missing those doubles in the first, and then Wadey in that last leg. But what a chance that was for James to go 3 legs to 1 up. I mean, at 3-1 up, you've got control of the game. You're the one who can relax. Your action's going to be a lot smoother. You're going to put the pressure on your opponent, where he may start to tighten the arm up. The darts start to come in low. But it is Lewis that's back on throw.
This is just for starters. Coming up next, imagine the noise that's going to be generated when Gary Anderson takes to the stage against Raymond van Barneveld. That's match 2 coming up straight after this.
96.
Treble 19 does work nicely for Adrian at times. But Wadey now, the big score here, put himself in the box seat for another break-up throw, and that is a third 180 for Wade. 5 between them, and this is only the 5th leg. Spectacular scoring from these boys.
137.
Yes,
James
do you know
Wade,
what, mate?
81.
Wadey's action is as good as I've seen it for quite a while. Nice and slow to bring it back to the block hole. And if you're slow, you're always going to give yourself the length
49.
there. Time to get the dart on line, but 170 for AD. Oh, and that looks good to follow it up. Just on the outside. Well, Wade doesn't leave this side of the board very often. He loves the tops and the 10s. This is the break, the throw straight back. Missed the 8s in the previous leg. Now he's got to move across. Oh, and last start. What a last start that was from Wade. And a breaker throw again.
Yeah, that was brilliant on the pressure shot. Took it out magnificently. Wade in round about the mid-table clutch of players on 4 points. Actually goes right up to second spot. Lewis, Barney, MVG, Taylor and Wade all on 4, but Wade's played more,
92.
one more game than those above him in the league table. Still can't predict which way this one will go.
60.
Could well be that we'll need all 12 legs for this game. That hasn't happened very often in the Premier League so far. This is nice from Lewis.
121.
Oh, another deflection that kicks it off the treble 20 for Lewis. It's one of the poorest visits that we've seen from James Wade, so a chance here for Lewis to get back that breaker throw. You're right, Nigel, I think this one's got